Immigration enforcement is at the center of a legal clash. Louisiana's Attorney General, they're pushing a federal judge to scrap restrictions on how the Orleans Parish sheriffs deal with immigration cases.
Yeah, the sheriff's office says it can follow the law as it's written, but as Alyssa Curtis reports, the AG is not convinced.
How does a new state law interfere with the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office's consent decree? That's what a federal judge is working to find out. But the state's lawyer, Zach Faircloth, wouldn't give examples or reasons when asked.
That is really a downstream question, and actually it doesn't really matter for the purposes of the termination motion. The consent decree says that if there is a change in state law as it relates to immigration detainers, then the consent decree no longer has any effect, and there's been a change in state law.
He says Attorney General Liz Murrill needs to intervene, and the consent decree should be dissolved.
When state law is on the books, the Attorney General needs to be there to defend its enforceability.
The new state law requires agencies to cooperate with federal immigration agencies. The 12-year-old consent decree blocks OPSO from investigating immigration violations or detaining immigrants for ICE unless there's a court order or they've been charged with a violent crime. Sheriff Hudson's chief of staff, John Williams, says there are limitations under the consent decree, but says they're committed to enforcing state law.
We're currently going through a review of our policy in regards to immigration. During that review, we will look at what the outcomes will be from what we see as application of the new law.
The plaintiffs in the consent decree have initiated mediation and are hoping to find balance.
There is the new state law, right? But there's also the constitutional rights of people who are detained in Orleans Parish.
Wednesday, the judge said it's unclear what Sheriff Hudson will do. Alyssa Curtis, WWL, Louisiana.
The judge did not make a decision today, and there's no hard date on when the judge will actually issue a ruling.